Good afternoon and welcome to Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball from Noalmark Digital and 103.7 KPZA Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Today's game is brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, Thomas Welding, Redbird Gas Company, IPS. Also brought to you by Guns Up Services, Lasco Construction, NMR Pipeline, and Parker Energy. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball action, also a presentation of D&C Electric, Cardinal Hardware, the Eunice Schools, and the Eunice Clinic. And Cardinal Baseball is a presentation of the City of Eunice, R360, and Lavelle Insurance. From the Jennifer Riordan Spark Sports Complex in far west Albuquerque, we get ready for this 2A quarterfinal matchup between familiar opponents, as the Eunice Cardinals will take on a district foe in the Texico Wolverines. Of course, the Cardinals is the number one seed in the tournament, get the bye, and so they have had over a week off. And talked to Coach Tyler Almager before the game, and he said that was actually a very good thing. He wasn't so happy about it last year. He thought maybe they lost a little bit of focus, but this year he said they definitely needed it. Knew better after last year how to A, handle it, and B, they had some lingering injuries. Nothing that had really kept guys from playing, but stuff that maybe had affected their performance. And so he said they had some really good focus practices, and they got guys back ready to go and completely healthy again. So that is definitely a good thing for the Cardinals. Now for these Texico Wolverines, they are the number 8 seed overall. Of course, coming out of the same district as Eunice, and Loving, a tough district for them. So had a losing record, but they knocked off Laguna Acoma 15-0 in the opening round of the playoff to punch their ticket up here to Albuquerque. And now, of course, it has been all Eunice pretty much in this season against these two teams, as Eunice beating them the first time they met 12-3, taking care of them the second time, second game of a doubleheader 14-2, and then beating them 12-2 when they met right before the playoffs to wrap up the regular season. Eunice would love to just see that trend continue, as put up runs, get good pitching, and limit the runs, and everything should be good to go if you are the Eunice Cardinals. You could almost say this is a little bit of unfinished business for Eunice back here after the following kind of an upset loss last season in the semifinals. So wanting to take care of business today and then move on. It is a breezy afternoon, at least on this side of the complex. We are on this is the northwest side of the complex, and the wind blowing out of the south, and seeing not a flag on this field, but we are gusting 20-25 miles an hour, some dirt in the air, a lot of construction going on around this complex, and you see the shades over the stands down both sides blowing around pretty good. It's funny, as I do now see the flags blowing, and they're actually blowing from left to right. They are on the far left side of the field, but just based on what I'm feeling high above the field here, it is blowing out, but we'll have to see what it is exactly down on the field. So a whole exciting day of sports action. The Eunice Lady Cardinals earlier getting a big victory and knocking off the number 2 team in the state to stay alive. They knocked off Raton in a run rule ball game. Now, when I checked on their noon matchup a little bit earlier, they were down 3-0 in that one. That's also Eunice Sports YouTube and Eunice Sports 2 on HobbsAmerica.com. Winner of this game will move on to tomorrow morning, or actually tomorrow afternoon now, to take on Mesilla Valley Christian. Mesilla Valley knocking off Rehoboth 11-5. in the game right before this one. So that'll be a 12:30 game tomorrow back here at the sports complex, should the Eunice Cardinals knock them off. And they've got to be the overwhelming favorite in this game, you would think. So let's go ahead and run down your lineups for this one. For the visiting Texico Wolverines under head coach Daryl Davis, they are in the gray unis with the green letters and numbers and the green lids. Batting first and playing second will be Jesus Davalos. Batting second is their shortstop, Chuy Chavez. Batting third, Playing first will be Eliza Ricketson. Batting fourth and pitching, Gavin Reese. In the 5 slot is the third baseman, Hunter Bowman. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Mikey New. Batting seventh is the DH, Chris Elam. He'll be batting in place of right fielder Russell Riker. Batting eighth and playing in left field, Mason Pipkin. And in the 9 slot and catching will be Austin Hockma. Rest of the roster for the Wolverines, it'll be Zeke Holman, Justin Gunsler, Keaton Dumas, Jacob DeMarco, Yaheem Moses, William Carter, and Benson Lynn. For your Eunice Cardinals, they are the home team in this one under head coach Tyler Almager, 25-1 on the season. A fantastic record in Tyler's, now I got to call him Coach Almager, Coach Almager's 3rd season at the helm. Eunice is in the red tops with the black letters and numbers, white pants, and the white lids. So leading it off for Eunice, it'll be Isaac Morales, the catcher, batting second and playing third. Julian De Leon batting third and getting the start on the hill here in this quarterfinal matchup, Randy Gallegos. In the cleanup spot is the second baseman, Ethan Wilson. Batting fifth and playing short, Luis Zamora. Batting sixth is the DH, Andres Serrano. He hits in place of Isaac Melanson, who plays in left. Carlos Armendariz is the first baseman, batting seventh. Batting eighth, Aiden Baeza is the center fielder. And batting ninth and playing position 9 out in right field will be Haziel Goitia. Rest of the bench for your Eunice Cardinals, you got Misa Briso, Jace Matthews, Lucas Lopez, Elijah Melanson, Tyson Jones, Zeke Garcia, David Manriquez, and Alex Nieto. Well, that will be the lineups for both teams. Eunice did win the toss, and they are the home. Their ins and outs while we've got a moment. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors. We could not do this without their help and support all season long. Of course, we are not allowed to do video during the playoffs, but it's because of those folks that we are here and can provide you the audio and the score bug. But we appreciate you being with us. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. As Texico still out on the diamond, continuing to take their warm-ups. I mean, we are at 1 o'clock. It is time to get this thing underway. The game before ours did not run long, so yeah, we should be getting this one underway shortly as the umpires have come out onto the field. So we should be meeting up and getting ready for the instructions here momentarily. So a lot of ball games going on at this 5-plex here this afternoon, so very noisy, a lot of people. And the parking situation, well, let's face it, it is a mess. I had to park over at Nucinda Credit Union Football Stadium. That is where the overflow parking is. They have shut off the media lot, apparently, and is now only for umpires and NMAA officials. Yeah, parking place is in there, but they wouldn't let me in. I'll get over it at some point. But, yeah, about a mile and a half hike from over where I had to park. So a little bit winded, but got here in plenty of time. So, all right, looks like Texico finishing up their rounds and their warm-ups as we continue our Eunice Cardinal pregame report here on Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from Noalmark Digital and KPZA Sports. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here in far west Albuquerque. Sunny and warm and a little bit breezy today. So kind of the land that technology forgot out here. Internet very spotty, very, very slow, but 86 degrees on, probably hotter on the field. It is all turf fields here at the sports complex in far west Albuquerque. So that should play into Eunice's hands just fine. Of course, used to playing on the turf there in the friendly confines of Cardinal Stadium. So now the umps are out. And Tyler Almager going to take the march over, as is the Texico coach, Coach Davis. So while the coaches are meeting, we will take a timeout, come back with the first pitch. This is Eunice Cardinal State Tournament baseball action from Noalmark Digital and KPZA Sports here on 103.7 KPZA, or from KPZA on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation, electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride, because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Back here at the Jennifer Ride and Spark Kindness Sports Complex in Far West Albuquerque, get ready for this 2A state quarterfinal matchup between the Eunice Cardinals and the Texico Wolverines. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us as you got Gallegos on the hill for your Cards. Gallegos gets the start to try and move the Cardinals into the next round. So for Gallegos, 3.0 ERA in 4 appearances this year. He has no record on the season. So they're going to rely on the lanky righty to eat some innings and to get him moved on into the next round. So Jesus Davalos, Chuy Chavez, and Elijah Ricketson. That is 1, 2, and 3 for the Texico Wolverines. Setting your defense for the Cardinals, Gallegos is on the hill. Morales is his battery mate. Armendariz, Wilson, Zamora, and De Leon around the infield, first to third. Melanson, Baeza, Goitia, the outfield from left to right. Thanks for being with us up here in Albuquerque. Filling in for Jimmy and the boys. Of course, sometimes a little hard to make the trip in the middle of the week. I completely and totally understand that one. Throw. That thing. Things tend to move around a little bit, especially when you're in. And he starts it off, dealing strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count underway, top of the first inning. Texico and Eunice. Quick work, and that one is hit hard but foul out on the right side. So Davalos now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes to Gallegos. Everybody playing pretty well straight up, all their normal positions. Here at Field 2 at the complex, and the 0-2 pitch, curveball, and that one is going to be high. for ball number one. Actually, sorry, this is field number 4. Dimensions, you've got 330 down the lines, 390 to straightaway center, 350 out to the alleys. The 1-2 count. Gallegos ready, deals, swung on, and that's a hard shot. Going to find its way through past the second baseman, Wilson, giving chase. And then a misplay as Goitia overruns it. It'll go all the way to the wall. Davalos on the run. He rounds second. He is heading towards third. The relay throw not going to be anywhere close to in time. And Davalos with a leadoff triple. Goitia just completely misread that one and ran in on it, and it went all the way to the wall in the gap in right. So Texico going to try and put some pressure on early, as now it'll be Chuy Chavez coming to the plate. Gallegos always out of the stretch. Will face the righty Chavez. And he kicks and fires, and that one at the top of the zone, and it will be a called strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Eunice and Texico, top of the first inning. And the 0-1 pitch, that one will stay up high and things even up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. A leadoff triple for Davalos has him standing over at third. De Leon not really shading that way. So letting him get a huge lead over there. Gallegos from the stretch, kicks and fires. Fastball inside corner, yes sir, called strike 2. Groans from the green and white. Cheers from the red and white. From where I'm sitting, it looked pretty good. Of course, I am up high, so it's a little hard to tell. And the 1-2 pitch, curveball in there. Yes, sir. Ring him up and sit him down. Chavez watches it into the glove of Gallegos, and that is the first K of the ball game for Gallegos. And there is one down here in the top of the first. Now Eliza Ricketson will step to the plate, the first baseman. Hits from the right side, slightly open stance. Setting up well outside Morales. Gallegos fires, and that one will be off the outside corner. Ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. A leadoff triple for Texico on a little bit of a misplay has them in business. Gallegos with the 1-0 pitch, fastball inside corner. Yes, sir, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Melanson shades in a little bit in left. Everybody playing straight away. Infield still playing straight up with 1 out. 1-1 pitch, curveball, and that one is going to miss. Ball number 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. It looked a little high. Somebody down there wearing red holler, and that was pretty. It was just unfortunately high. And the 2-1 delivery, that one will stay high on the fastball. So ball 3 to the number 3 hitter in the Texico lineup. Gallegos always pitching out of the stretch. Sets between the belt and the letters. Now he goes down to the bottom, and the 3-1 pitch, he spikes that one. Gets away momentarily from Morales, but he will keep it. But it'll be a walk to Ricketson, and that will put Wolverines on the corners. First walk of the ball game issued. So now Wolverines at the corners and a pressure situation with the cleanup hitter Gavin Reese stepping in for Texico. Reese puts himself right in the middle of the right side box, open stance. Armendariz holds the runner on over at first. And the pitch, fastball inside, ball 1. Still the 1 ball, no strike count. Gallegos primarily a fastball, curveball pitcher. Does have a changeup. We hadn't seen it yet. Checks on the runner over at first. Deals the 1-0, and that one is on the inside corner, knee high. And evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. The Cards taking on the Wolverines. A trip to the semifinals is on the line. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that is a hammered shot. Could be 2. Backhanded by to Zamora. Goes to second, around to first, and not in time, so it will score the run. Reese will reach on the fielder's choice. Ricketson is out 6-4 for out number 2. But it'll be a fielder's choice RBI for Gavin Reese as it'll cash in Davalos. And Texico takes the early 1-0 lead. So now Hunter Bowman, the lefty third baseman, steps up. I'll have to see if he plays right, but he bats left. And the first pitch to him, that one is spiked, and it's going to get away from Morales. And that is going to allow Reese to move over to second on the passed ball. And it is ball one at the plate. So maybe a little Albuquerque jitters, maybe a little week plus off rust for the Cardinals here early. One run across for Texico. A week and a half off before they got to this game as the number one seed. 1-0 pitch, fastball away, and that will be ball number two. 2-ball, no strike count. Whole lot of action going on today. Eunice softball earlier. Eunice softball going on right now too. Jowl softball. So happening that over in far east Albuquerque. And the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot out into center. Gonna drop in as Baeza gets to it. Twirls it home, and not even slowing down is Reese. So he takes it all the way around from second. So it'll be an RBI single to center for Hunter Bowman, and Texico putting two across here in this top half of the first inning. And now Mikey New to the plate. Well, the Cards going to find themselves in a hole here early. Gallegos not throwing bad. It's just so far Texico's got him picked up. First pitch, and that one will be high. Ball one as Morales pops out of the stance and dares Bowman over at first to try and do something. So 1-ball, no strike count. Coach Davis flashes the signs down in the third base box. Pitch swung on, that's a chop shot. Charging it is De Leon at third. Double clutches, fires across the diamond in time to get a speedy New 5-3 for out number 3. But damage is done as 2 runs come across for Texico. After a half inning, it is Texico 2, Eunice coming to bat. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball returns in a moment.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jowl, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Wolverines. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Texico 2, Eunice coming to bat. Welcome back to West Albuquerque. I'm TJ Miracle leading it off for the Cards. It'll be Morales followed by De Leon and Gallegos. Let's go ahead and set Texico for you defensively. You've got Reese on the mound. Hakma is his catcher. Ricketson, Davalos, Chavez, and Bowman around the infield. From first to third, Pipkin, New, and Riker, the outfield from left to right. So back here getting ready for the start on a breezy afternoon. I try and get my stat sheets back up here. You gotta love technology. It's great when it works, but when it's being a little cranky, sometimes it is not too much fun. So you got Reese on the mound just based on his warm-ups. He's definitely got a fastball. There'll be a couple of them. Has a big kick, but kind of a strange release up there. So that's something to keep an eye on. See how quickly Eunice batting can pick up on that. He's looking, and this Reese has a 3-2 record, a 5.51 ERA in 8 appearances this season. So the 5.5 ERA is the throw down to second. All right, now we're ready to go as Isaac Morales will step in for the Cardinals. Morales, the Cardinal leadoff hitter, Eunice trailing by 2. But we are just underway, a long way to go in this one. Win this one, come back tomorrow afternoon and do it again against Mesilla Valley. Always from the stretch, and the first pitch is going to miss away for ball one from Reese to Morales. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Open stance for Morales. Reese ready, the high kick and the pitch, fastball away. And that will be ball number 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Before he releases, he kind of has a little hitch right at the end of his delivery. 2-0 pitch, and that one will be low for ball 3. Good eye for Morales, leading things off for your Cardinals. De Leon on deck, Gallegos in the hole. Resets at the letters, the 3-0 pitch, and that one is away for ball 4. So Morales, the 4-pitch leadoff walk, and Eunice is aboard and in business. So now Julian De Leon to the plate. De Leon, a little pop in that bat. Wearing turquoise Nike cleats. Not sure I've ever seen a pair quite like that, but quite interesting. Air Force Ones, if I had to guess. So the big lead off of first for Morales. Holding him on over there is Ricketson. First pitch, that one is in the dirt. Throw down to second. Not going to be anywhere close to in time. Backing it up is Davalos as that one bounces away from Chavez covering. So the stolen base from Morales. And it is ball 1 at the plate to De Leon. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Eunice now with a man in scoring position. Nobody out. Morales, big lead off of first. De Leon settles into the right side box. That one is going to be just a bit outside and gets away from the catcher, Hakma. Watch the mascot, ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. And now a runner at third on the wild pitch. De Leon steps out of the box as a quick word. Hakma and Reese trying to get on the same page. Whoa, baseball coming in. Lowbridge came in from next door. De Leon, a little pop. Will settle back into the right side box now. A run just 90 feet away for the Cardinals. Still trying to find the strike zone is Reese. 2-0 pitch, that one is away. Hakma tries to frame it up. Ump says, nope, not close enough, kid. Good try. And it's a 3 ball, no strike count. So the 3-0 count, Gallegos waits on deck. Looking to help his own cause out here. De Leon adjusts the batting gloves. And the 3-0 pitch is going to be low for ball number 4. So back-to-back walks, and you got Cardinals on the corners. And Eunice in business with Gallegos coming to the plate and a chance to help his own cause out here. Everything at these fields is completely artificial, including the mound. And that changes things considerably, especially if you're used to playing on natural surface like Texico, as that one's going to sail away for ball number 1. So Reese is yet to find the strike zone. And you got Cardinals at the corners. De Leon, not great speed over at first. It's passable. But good speed at third with Morales. You might challenge here. See about going. Reese taking a long look over at De Leon as Gallegos. Whoa, Lowbridge. That one gets away from him, gets away from the catcher. No play at the plate. And a wild pitch will score the run as the Eunice Cardinals are on the board now, trailing 2-1 on the wild pitch. De Leon moving over to second. So Eunice going to start the lineup, and it's a 2-0 count to Gallegos as he had to duck out of the way of that one. Matter of fact, knocked him on his fanny. But he steps back in with a 2-0 count, now a run in for the Cards. Gallegos squares around a bunt, pulls it back, and finally finding the strike zone after 10 consecutive balls, called strike 1. Gallegos does have good speed. Not a bad idea to get him to bunt. Bowman cheating in at third. And the 2-1 is going to miss low for ball 3. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count, 1 run across. De Leon stands at second. I bet Gallegos does have the green light here if he gets fed something. 3-1 pitch, doesn't matter because it's outside for ball 4. So 3 straight walks, 12 balls, and 1 strike on 13 pitches. And so Reese having all kinds of heck finding the zone. As here comes Coach Davis. Are we going to have a pitching change this soon? As again, Reese not able to find the zone. And yep, Coach Davis will take the ball away from him. And we'll have a courtesy runner check in. That'll be Manriquez. So, yep, we will have a pitching change as Reese going to stay in the ball game, and looks like he is, don't know exactly where he's going, but yep, we've got a pitching change. So already pieces being moved for Texico. Pitching change. We'll take the timeout, come back as Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Thomas Welding, precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME R stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds.
So a whole bunch of changes for Texico as Chavez will come in and he will take over. He was the shortstop when this started. The 0-2 record on the year with right at a 5 ERA. Reese stays in the game. He'll go out to center field. Davilo slides from second to short, and New goes from center to second. All right, I think we've got all that straight now. And showing bunt and kind of flashing at it was Wilson. That'll be strike one on what probably would have been ball number one. So gives Chavez a strike. Reese still responsible for the runners on the base paths. Gallegos at first, De Leon at second. Showing bunt again is Wilson. And so kind of waves at that one, but nope. They're going to say he pulled it back before he really waved at it. Evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos at first, De Leon at second. Both of them walked. Morales also walked and came around to score. 1-1 count to Wilson. He's going to show bunt again. I'm not sure about this, taking the bat out of the hand of your cleanup hitter as he stumbles out of the box and goes to Ricketson, who will tag him out. So it'll be the sack bunt to the first baseman. Moves everybody around. Gallegos to second, De Leon to third, and 1 down now for the Cardinals. Again, not sure about taking the bat out of the hand of your cleanup hitter, but Tyler's been much more successful at this than I've ever been. I always say there's a reason I'm up here. He gets the runners moved 90 feet closer as Zamora steps to the plate, and Luis takes a big cut at the first pitch he sees and fouls it back to the netting for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count, 2-1. Bottom of the first, Texico in the lead. As Armendariz comes over, retrieves the errant baseball. And the pitch, that one going to float away and even things up at a ball and a strike. So Chavez on in relief very early. Gets the first out. Can't close the book yet on the starter Reese. He's still responsible for the runners at first, or rather at second and third. High fastball, and that one is heading over to field 1 next door. So Zamora down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the first inning. Sea Valley sticking around to watch Eunice. And Texico too, because they'll play the winner of this ball game tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. So Zamora down in the count, 1-2. Chavez sets at the belt, and the 1-2 pitch curveball, that one is going to float away and even things up at 2-2. Groans from the green and white. It's been consistent. He has not called that for either pitcher. So now a 2-2 count. Chavez deals. That one will be up and in as Zamora kind of moves the neck out of the way of it, and that will run the count full. So Zamora going to keep a close eye on things. Setting up outside, Hockma. Payoff pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Has got Zamora down swinging. First K of the ball game. And there is 2 down for the Cardinals. As now Andres Serrano, the DH, will step up. Serrano wears the 0 on the back of his Cardinal red jersey. So Serrano steps in. Runners at second and third. 1 run across from Eunice, but they trail by a run. Bottom of the first inning, Chavez in relief, deals, fires. That one is in the dirt. Going to get away from Hockma, but he stays with it and keeps it in front of him, and so that keeps De Leon stapled over at third. Not great speed for De Leon. It's ball 1 at the plate to Serrano. So the 1-ball, no strike count. There's not a lot of room behind home plate here. Not a lot of ground behind. The 1-0 pitch swung on, popped up over on the right side, tails out as Riker starts back and then has to come in on it, but will make the grab for out number 3. So the pop out to right field will end the inning. The Cardinals do scratch a run across, though. We head to the second. It is Texico 2, Eunice 1. This is Eunice Cardinal State Tournament Baseball on Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Interesting statistical anomalies as it'll be 7, 8, and 9. That is Elam, Pipkin, and Hockma due up as Gallegos ready, and he will deal. That one's right back up the middle. It is off the glove of Gallegos. Charging in on it is Zamora, but he has no play. That one took a funny hop off the turf right where the mound turf meets the regular turf, and it just bounced over the head of Gallegos. Randy would have needed to be about a foot taller to have leaped up and gotten that one, so it'll be a bloop infield single for Elam. So Texico goes right back into business here in the top of the second inning. As Mason Pipkin steps in, runner at first. Armendariz holds the runner on. He's going to show bunt, and he will bunt it. Right back to Gallegos, bare hands it, fires it over to first. Only play he really has. As Elam will trot down to second, Pipkin with the sack bunt is out 1-3 for 1 away. So 1 down now is Austin Hockma, the catcher, to the plate with a runner in scoring position, and that takes off the traditional double play opportunities. Hockma right at the front of the box, big open stance for the lanky catcher. He wants all of that one and swings out of his shoes for strike number 1. And all he was missing to look like Adrian Beltre there was going down on one knee. Oh, the 0-1 pitch fastball shoots that one off the end of the bat foul over to the first base on deck circle. So Gallegos up in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff bloop single for Elam, then a sac bunt for Pipkin. One down, runner at second. 0-2 pitch, curveball, and it didn't miss by much as Hockma was ducking out of the way of that one, trying to minimize the strike zone. Stayed just a little bit high, but a good pitch from Gallegos to try and get him. And the 1-2 fastball swung on. That one's up into the netting. So the count stays at 1-2. Of course, full day of sports, as we mentioned. Eunice Lady Cardinals in action. Tal Lady Panthers also playing. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot right into the hands of the second baseman. Turns around, fires over to second, and they get the double play. Hockma lines into the double play. It is a 4-6 twin killing to end the inning as Texico threatens but comes up empty after an inning and a half. It's Texico 2, Eunice 1. Eunice Cardinal baseball back in a minute.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses.
one radio square. This is a whole lot of wind, so I'm adjusting as best I can. So due up for Texico. It'll be back to the top of the order with Davalos, Chavez, and Ricketson. Gallegos still on the hill, and they're giving him a long warm-up time. Again, they normally at these games, they try and move things along very quickly, but the umpire is still saying, yeah, you can keep throwing, just keep throwing. Well, finally now we'll get a throw down to second. All right, we'll do it as Davalos will step in. He had a leadoff triple to right his first time up. He scored one of the 2 runs. Just notice Davalos has a big old brace on the right leg and knee. Hadn't seemed to slow him down much. Then he'll settle in. As Gallegos ready, Morales flashes the signs and the pitch. That is a sweeper that is going to nip the inside corner, shaves the black for strike number 1. So no ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos, the quick worker. 0-1 pitch fastball away. Things even up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Eunice, the number 1 team in the state for the 2nd consecutive year. And looking to get back to the championship. The 1-1 pitch, that one will be low and in for ball 2. Number 1 last year, but came up just short, falling in the semifinals. The year before that, weren't expected to do much and made a appearance in the finals. 2-1 pitch, and that one is high in the air right side and hard, but out of play. You get something in the air on that right side, the way this wind is blowing, it could carry out of here. That one had home run distance, but was too far over to the right, so it evens the count at 2-2 to Davalos. With the 2 ball, 2 strike count, Gallegos ready, the 2-2 pitch, and that one fastball away and gets away from Morales. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. And it will run the count full to the top of the Wolverines lineup. Error of the ball game on the Cardinals will get Davalos on. That'll be an E5. As De Leon just emailed Armendariz. He's over there, but probably would have needed to expect Now it'll be Chewy Chavez to the plate. Chavez, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Looking to help his own cause. He's taking over on the rubber. Gallegos kicks and fires, and a flat by Chavez fouled off for strike number 1. Outfield playing about halfway back. Infield at double play depth. Runner at first via the air. Davalos being held on by Armendariz. Chavez settles back in. Gallegos kicks and fires. That's a chopper. Probably only going to be able to go to first. Leaping up, getting to it is Zamora and firing across the diamond in time to get the speedy Chavez. 6-3 for out number 1. It does move Davalos over to second, but there is 1 down now for Texico with Elijah Ricketson to the plate. Ricketson walked his first time up. Wolverines first baseman. Morales sets up outside, awaits the pitch, and the first pitch check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up, and it's low and away for ball 1. A 1 ball, no strike count. 2-1, Texico in the lead. And the 1-0 pitch, that one is going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Morales momentarily, but Crabb walks it in front of him. And that'll keep the runner at second, and it is a 2 ball, no strike count. And score update coming in from out at Los Altos. Get that for you in a moment. And the 2-0 pitch swung on. That one is high in the air, down the line and right, and foul by about 3 feet. And that double written all over it. And it's now a 2-1 strike count to Ricketson at the plate. The Jowl Panthers falling to Loving in the Winners Bracket Championship 2A softball. 8-1 the final there. So Jowl will play again at 2:30 this afternoon. 2-1 pitch popped up on the right side, but will get out of play. Things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Jowl will now await the winner of the Eunice Lady Cardinals game. That was Eunice and either Mesilla Valley or Capitan. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Eunice was trailing in that one earlier. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to shallow right field. That one is going to dump in, and that one is going to get past Gotia, who overran that one. It'll be an RBI, and it kicks around out in the alley. That'll be an RBI triple for Ricketson. The second triple of the ball game to the same spot as Goitia starts in on it, and by the time he realizes it's sailing, nothing he can do, and so the error gets a run in for Texico as Ricketson stands at third. Again, if Goitia goes back and angles into the gap, he's got a better chance at that one. That's twice he started in before moving back. So now Gavin Reese to the plate. It's not. Been informed I need to make some adjustments here. bounce here. Don't know why, nothing's different on the board. Well, the 2-0 count, and that one swung on, lifted high in the air out to shallow right field, and it will blow foul for strike number 1. Well, it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count at the plate to Chris Elam, the DH. Runner at first is New. RBI single. Bowman, the intentional walk, stands at second. 2 runs across this inning for Texico. They lead by 3. 2-1 pitch right down the slot, but low for ball number 3. So the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Of course, Eunice handling Texico easily. They've met in the season, but Texico has come ready to play and fired up. 3-1 pitch, and that one is high for ball 4. So that'll walk the bases loaded. 3rd walk issued by Gallegos. As Elam trots to first, New to second, Bowman to third. As here comes Coach Tyler Almager. Have to see if that is going to do it. Yes, it will, as that will finish it up for Gallegos. Looks like he is going to call Melanson in from the outfield. So we're going to have some changes in the field, looks like, for the Eunice Cardinals. So we'll see who's coming in. De Leon will actually come in to pitch. So De Leon now on to pitch, and we'll see what the other changes are as we return in a moment. This is Eunice Cardinals.
Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
So a pitching change for the Cardinals, trailing by 3 here in the top of the 3rd inning, as De Leon will come on to take over the pitching duties. So the other changes, Wilson moves from 2nd to 3rd, Gallegos from the mound to 2nd. So now you got De Leon on the hill, Morales still the battery mate, Armendariz at 1st, Gallegos at 2nd, Zamora at short, Wilson at 3rd, Melanson, Baeza, Goitia, they continue on in the outfield. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. This 2A semi-quarterfinal matchup. So now it'll be Mason Pipkin to the plate. Pipkin, the 8th batter of the inning to come up for Texico. 2 outs. De Leon, the big righty, will deal the first pitch outside for ball number 1. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Cardinals now in an uphill battle. De Leon trying to put out the fire. Morales sets up outside and the 1-0 pitch right down the slot, belt high. Pipkin not going to see a better pitch than that probably all tournament long, and it evens the count up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Runners good leads off of 1st and 2nd. They're letting them do it. Everybody normal positioning in the field. The 1-1 pitch sails high for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. As De Leon trying to put out the fire on the hill. De Leon on the season 5-0. He is the ace of the staff with a 2 ERA. Blows that fastball by Pipkin and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count is De Leon. I'm sure Tyler Almager was hoping he would not have to use him today. His pitching is at a premium in this 3-day tournament. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just low on the fastball, and it will run the count full. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down, 2 on, 2 across. A whole lot of 2s in the third for Texico. Pipkin with the bright pink bat, right-hander. De Leon sets high, and the 2 payoff pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. So De Leon puts the fire out. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Texico 4, Eunice 1. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex, Texico gets 2 runs on 2 hits. Eunice commits an error, and 2 runners are left on. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the lineup due up for your Cardinals: Gallegos, Wilson, and Zamora. So Gallegos will help try and get himself off the hook for the loss, as Chavez still on the hill. And he'll deal the first pitch to Gallegos, and that one is a called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. The number 1 team in the state, the Cards, in a 3-run hole to number 8, Texico. Chavez has what he wants, the quick worker, and the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, low bridge. Out of the way of that one, Gallegos ducks. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So Gallegos, Wilson, and Zamora. 3, 4, 5 due up here in the bottom of the third for your Cardinals. Everybody pretty much playing straight up. 1-1 pitch, and that one will be up high and in for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Timely hitting. Eunice hasn't gotten it yet. Setting at the belt, Chavez. And the 2-1 delivery swung on and missed. As Gallegos waves at the fastball as the count evens up at 2-2. A lot of breeze here this afternoon. West Albuquerque. 2-2 from Chavez to Gallegos. That one will be low and away, ball 3. So the count goes full to Gallegos leading it off. He walked and was left stranded back in the first. Now going to have to protect the plate. Chavez, the payoff pitch, and that one is away for ball number 4. And so Gallegos works the leadoff walk. That is the 5th walk issued by Texico pitching, as Ethan Wilson will step in. Wilson 0 for 0 at a sac grounder back in the first. So Wilson settles in with a runner at first. Gallegos, good speed, pretty good leadoff there as Ricketson holds him on. That one is going to sail for ball number 1 to Wilson. So So a 1 ball, no strike count. Eunice trying to dig out of a 3-run hole. Sea Valley Christian waits the winner of this one. They beat Rehoboth 11-5 earlier. The 1-0 pitch, that one is up and in, ball 2. Both teams are on their second pitchers as Chavez came in with nobody out in the first. And so far has managed for the most part to lock Eunice down. Pickoff attempt over at first. Back in safely. Randy dives in and touches the bag before Ricketson can slap the tag on him. So now a 2-0 count at the plate. And just runs the fastball by Wilson, who swings over the top of it. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Nobody down, runner at first. Gallegos with the leadoff walk. 2-1 delivery swung on, and that one is heading to the field next door. Wilson shoots it out of play right side, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Runner at first, Gallegos with the leadoff walk. And Wilson at the plate. The open stance for the lanky righty. And another pickoff attempt. Gallegos back in easily. You need base runners. Not time to panic yet. We're still early in this one, just bottom of the 3rd. And the 2-2, and that one took something off of it. The changeup floats inside for ball number 3. Pretty good pitch, though. So 3-2 the count to Wilson at the plate. From right in the middle of the rubber. Payoff pitch, runner goes. That's a chopper on the ground, foul down the 3rd baseline. Gallegos was going with good speed. And he'll have to ran through the bag at second, so he has to go about 95 feet back to first. So staying alive at the plate is Wilson. Nobody out, runner on, a 3-run deficit. Cards trying to dig out of it. Payoff pitch again, runner goes, and that is low for ball 4, so back-to-back walks. And the Cards are in business here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. So now Luis Zamora to the plate. Zamora, a strikeout victim his last time up. He is 0 for 1. Coach Almager hollers something at him. Probably the old hit it hard if you can. Middle infield stays at double play depth. Big lead off over at first for Wilson, and he'll show bunt and pop that one up, and it'll roll, and it'll be underhanded, but not going to be in time. As Chavez coming over on the 3rd base side of the rubber, picks it up with the bare hand, underhands to Bowman, but good speed for Gallegos, and he will beat that one out. And I don't think that Chavez would have gotten Zamora anyway, so I'm going to credit that as an infield single. So that'll load him up for the Cardinals with Andres Serrano, the DH, to the plate. First, second, and third. Now the umpire is saying foul ball. How can that be a foul? It was grabbed in fair territory. And that's the same thing Coach Tyler Almager's asking. It was a fair ball because it was barehanded by Chavez coming over towards the line. As Coach Almager being informed, get back in your coach's box over there. And so now the umpire is going to talk about it. From up here, it looked like a fair ball, and it looked like it was touched and fielded in fair territory, which would make it a fair ball. And so the umpire nods over at Coach Almager. So that did not go the way of the Cardinals, so Zamora will step back in, and it'll be a foul ball for strike 1. Not sure I agree with that, but I'm not wearing the blue, and I wasn't right on top of it. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Now to Zamora, runners at first and second. Luis going to square around, show bunt. Ricketson charges in as he'll bunt that one right down the 3rd baseline. Same result as that one's going to get bobbled this time by Chavez. So that'll be the infield single. There we go. And the bases are loaded for 100% sure this time with Andres Serrano coming in. Zamora at first, Wilson at second, Gallegos at third. So the Cardinals ratcheting up the pressure here in the bottom of the third inning. So a bunt single that was called back becomes a bunt single that was not called back. So now Serrano steps in. Hockma sets up over the outside. First pitch to Serrano, the DH, and it is away for ball number one. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Nobody out, bases loaded. Eunice with a chance to do some damage, trailing by 3. Serrano back in as the 1-0 pitch. That one is up high for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Do the damage on the reliever here as much as you can. Zamora at first, the bunt single. Wilson at second after the walk. Gallegos at third after he walked to lead it off. 2-0 on the way to Serrano, and that one's right down the middle but low for ball 3. So a 3-ball, no strike count. Outfield playing deep and straight away. A little surprised the infield isn't up to try and cut off the run at the plate if it's something on the ground. 3-0 pitch, and the take sign on all the way there. Serrano going to let that go for strike 1. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. We click past 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 3-1 pitch, and that one is away for ball number 4. So 3 walks in the inning. Serrano credited with an RBI, and Eunice cuts the lead in half. It is now 4-2 as that'll cash in Gallegos. Wilson moves to third, Zamora to second, and Serrano trots down to first as Hockma has a word with Chavez. We will have maybe a courtesy runner come into the ball game, pinch runner. The pinch runner in for Serrano. One in for him, that'll be Zeke Garcia. So the DH Serrano gets the RBI walk and will head to the dugout. And I'm pretty sure in baseball that will be a straight switch, and so I'm thinking Garcia will stay in the game now, but we'll see when they roll it back around. So now Carlos Armendariz, who flew out to left his first time up, 0 for 1. So good speed on the base pass. With Garcia at first, Zamora at second, Wilson at third. And stepping in is Armendariz. So the lanky first baseman settles in. And he will take the first pitch right down the slot. Carlos, what was wrong with that one? Strike 1. So nobody out, a run in. Eunice trying to get a crooked number up on the board, trailing 4-2, but bases loaded. Bottom 3. The 0-1, the curveball, Obridge. Armendariz ducking out of that one that comes over his head as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bases loaded, everybody getting good leads. 1-1 pitch and fighting that one off. And foul, Armendariz. Going to put the bat up in front of his face as he was falling out of the way of the inside pitch. And so it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hayden Baeza waits on deck. Naziel Goitia in the hole. As the wind continues to gust here. Bases juiced, the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as Armendariz goes down swinging and pounds the bat into the turf. Second K of the ball game for Chavez. And there's 1 down for the Cardinals with Baeza to the plate. Baeza worked the walk his last time up. And was thrown out at second, but broke up a double play. So he'll step in, bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run across for Eunice. And the first pitch to him will be high for ball number 1. Baeza doesn't have just a real tall stature. Chavez is going to have to bring the ball down on him some. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be high for ball number 2. That's Armendariz. It may be a strike, but Armendariz or De Leon. And Baeza not that tall. So a 2-ball, no strike count, 1 out, but bases are loaded. 2-0 pitch. That one is high for ball 3. And again, I've got to think the take sign going to be on for Baeza. Garcia running at first, Zamora at second, Wilson at third. And 3-0 to Baeza. Lowbridge dunking out of the way of the inside pitch, ball 4. So another walk issued and another run in off of the walk as Wilson cashes in. Zamora heads to third, Garcia to second, and Baeza will trot to first. 6th walk issued by the Texico pitching staff, and now it is 4-3. Eunice on the comeback trail with Goitia to the plate. First pitch to Aziel, and that one is going to be a cutter on the inside for strike 1. So 0 ball, 1 strike count. Big leads for everybody on the base paths. 0-1, that one is up and in. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. 4 walks this inning. Around an infield single and a strikeout. Eunice has put 2 on. Now they've cut it back down to just a 1-run deficit. 1-1 pitch inside, ball 2. So now 2-1. Bases still loaded. Make him pitch to you. I think that's pretty much what Coach Almager is telling his guys. Chavez on in relief in the first. And the 2-1 pitch swung on. That's a chop shot, and it'll be just foul down the first baseline. Ricketson giving chase, but it was foul. So the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Cards and the Wolverines trying to punch their ticket through to the 2A semis tomorrow at 12:30. 2-2 on the way to the number 9 hitter, and Goitia gets a piece of it. Fouls it off the ground, then off of himself. And so he'll step out, take the deep breath, and get ready to go again. Baez at first, Garcia at second, Zamora at third. 2-2 delivery from Chavez. Curveball, that one is up and in. Ducking out of the way is Goitia as it pulls the count full. So running the count full to the number 9 hitter for the Cards. Isaac Morales, the leadoff, waits on deck. Payoff pitch swung on. That is hit hard on the ground. Backhanded by Davalos. It's short. He goes over to first in time to get the out, but it'll be a sac RBI. 6-3, Goitia cashes in Zamora, and we are tied at 4 apiece. Garcia moves to third. Baeza to second. There is 2 down now, but a whole new ball game as that will get the starter Gallegos off the hook for the loss as Morales will step in as Isaac takes a big cut at the fastball outside for strike 1. So an 0 ball, 1 strike count. 3 runs across for Eunice. Also takes Reese off the hook for the win for Texico. 8th batter of the inning up for the Cardinals. 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Morales a little bit antsy up there, now trailing in the count. 0 balls, 2 strikes. He can find a way on. Julian De Leon waits on deck. Quickly to work. Chavez, the 0-2 fastball away. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So 1-2 count. Morales at the plate, 3 runs across. Eunice taking advantage of the free bases. 1-2 pitch swung on, getting a piece of it. Morales squibs it foul over to the Texico dugout. Winner of this one will take on Mesilla Valley tomorrow afternoon, 12:30. Right back here at the Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex. 1-2 pitch from Chavez. Curveball hangs up. Evens things up 2-2. A lot of his curves do tend to hang. Some of that may be the wind and just the kind of the way it's coming out of his hand. But he hang ones in the zone. Somebody's going to tag it. 2-2 pitch fastball swung on. Popped up over on the left side. Wind going to carry it. and then carry it back into the infield and misplayed by Davalos. That'll get a run home. That'll actually get 2 runs home as it'll cash in Garcia. It'll cash in Baeza from second, and the E6 keeps the inning alive and gives Eunice a 6-4 lead. So the second error issued, again, wind aided, as that one was popped up, was heading to shallow left, but the wind grabbed it and just started pushing it in. Davalos took over and called off Pipkin and Bowman. And then another gust, just as it came down into his glove, blew it out. So now De Leon to the plate. Because of the error, the runs are not earned. Chavez has moved himself over to the third base side of the rubber. Morales reaching via the error, and De Leon tees off on that one and shoots it foul behind him for strike number 1. 0-0 ball, 1 strike count. Eunice with 5 runs across this inning. Looking to do more 2-out damage. Diving back in is Morales, who runs for himself under the tag of Ricketson. No spin in the bat. Pitch to De Leon. That goes through the 5-hole on Hockma. And so the passed ball lets Morales go to second. It is ball number 1. As things even up at a ball and a strike to De Leon. So the Cardinals batting around this inning and taking a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the third. Taking advantage of walks and an error and cashing in. 1-1 pitch, and that one on the outside corner. Good pitch. Called strike 2 to De Leon. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Morales stands at second. Coach Almager going to send a courtesy runner out for his catcher. So that'll be Lopez on to run for Morales. That is Lucas Lopez. So I'll make a note of that. So Lopez on to run. He's got good speed too. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count to De Leon. And the pitch, that one is away, and that one is going to get away from Hockma as Lopez will motor on down to third. On the another passed ball. And the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to De Leon. So the Cardinals, the offense still hasn't come to life really. They got just their first hit of the ball game this inning. 2-2 pitch swung on. That's a chop shot. Could be trouble, and it will find its way through in the 4-hole out into right field. An RBI single for De Leon to right, as that'll cash in Lopez and make this a 7-4 ball game. Cardinals are rolling as now Gallegos back to the plate. As David Manriquez in for De Leon, who's taken over pitching, so he gets the free runner. And Eunice looks to just keep the line going. Started off with 2 walks, then an infield single, then a walk, then a strikeout, then a walk, then a sacrifice, then an error, and a single, and that one is at the top of the zone on the outside corner to Gallegos, strike 1. Gallegos the walk earlier this inning. He's 0 for 0. He's walked both times. He's been to the plate. So he's going to ask for time and step out as Chavez breaks contact with the rubber. For Texico, the disappointing thing is most of these runs are unearned. 0-1 pitch and taking a big cut at it. Gallegos coming up empty, strike 2. Because of the error, 3 runs that have come across are not earned. You take off those 3 unearned runs, we're tied, but we're not. It's 7-4, and if you're in the red and white, you're liking that. Pitch, that one is in the turf. Throw down by Hockma, bounces into the glove of Davalos. Steal for Manriquez running. And so now runner in scoring position. And 1-2 at the plate to Gallegos. So Eunice continuing to try and apply the pressure. It swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Gallegos down swinging. But Eunice does the damage that they need to do. They plate 6 and they send 9 to the plate in the third. We head to the fourth. Eunice 7, Texico 4. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball returns in a moment here on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
For the Eunice Cardinals in the bottom of the third inning, they get 6 runs on just 2 hits. 1 error committed by Texico and 1 runner left on the base paths. Back here at the Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex, through 3 innings of play, Eunice has 6 runs on just 2 hits. They've committed an error, and they have left 5 runners out on the base paths. For Texico, they have 4 runs on 5 hits. They've also committed an error, and they have left 3 out on the bases. It is 9-1-2. Hakma, Davalos, and Chavez due up. New pitcher in the game for the Cardinals. Nope, that's still De Leon, so he misses with the first one for ball number 1. It was a 1-ball, no strike count, and that one going to get away. Hakma lined into a double play to end the second. De Leon missing for ball number 2. So the 2-0 count. Hakma, the open stance, stands pretty much straight up and down. And De Leon, the 2-0 pitch fastball, swung on back into the netting. So runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. De Leon still on the hill. Morales, his battery mate. Armendariz, Gallegos, Zamora Wilson, the infield now first to third. Melanson, Baeza, Goitia, the outfield left to right. And on the 2-1 pitch at the plate, and that one is going to miss just low for ball number 3. So Eunice goes from being down 3 to being up 3. The 6-run swing there for the Cards. 3-1 pitch, and that one is going to miss away. I think probably if Morales doesn't kind of try and snap it back into the zone, he may have gotten the call there. That'll be the 4th walk issued by Eunice pitching. And it'll turn it back over to Davalos. Davalos a triple to lead off the game and scored, then reached via the error and scored. So they will have a courtesy runner into the ball game for the catcher. Catch that young man's number if we can. I think that is Yahim Moses. It is number 12. So Moses on to run for Hakma. As now Davalos to the plate. Runner on, nobody out, popped up on the infield. Could be problems right side. Gallegos has to go back into the grass as the wind grabs that one, but he wisely gets underneath it and then uses 2 hands. So Davalos pops it out for out number 1. So 1 down now as Chuy Chavez to the plate. Chavez would now be on the hook for the loss. He is 0 for 2, struck out in the first and then grounded out in the third. So runner at first, one down. Top of the fourth inning. Pitch is away for ball number one. 1 ball, no strike count. Moses running for Hockma, who worked the leadoff walk, stands at first. Armendariz holds him on there. Infield at double play depth up the middle. As timeout asked for and granted. So Eunice with just 2 hits in the ball game, and neither one of them's gotten out of the infield. They have taken advantage of walks and errors. Chavez shows bunt, pulls it back, and then pops it up over on the right side. When going to get it? Goitia, he starts back that time and then uses the speed to come forward. Plays that one correctly, and it'll be a fly out to shallow right for out number 2. Moses about halfway over to second realizes he's going to have to come back to the bag. So 2 down now as Eliza Ricketson to the plate. Ricketson walked in the first. And then an RBI triple in the third. So Moses still at first. And a pickoff attempt as Moses dives back in under the tag of Armendariz. Ricketson back in. Waiting on the first pitch to him. De Leon taking a long look in at Morales. Finally has one he wants. And he'll deal the fastball away for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. De Leon not going to overwhelm you with the power, but he does throw hard, and he varies speeds and locations very good. A 1-0 pitch, runner goes, hit and run, and that one's going to find its way through between first and second into the outfield. Goitia knocks it down and then drops it. And Speedy Moses will head all the way to third, so it'll be a 2-out single to right for Ricketson. So now Wolverines at the corners with 2 down, and Gavin Reese to the plate. So Reese not on the hook for the win anymore, not in line for the win, I should say. As the Texico cleanup hitter takes the first pitch he sees and dribbles it foul out into the third base coach's box. Reese with an RBI fielder's choice in the first, then struck out in the third. He is 0 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. It's just been that kind of game where you have some statistical strangeness occasionally. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Runners at the corners, and the 0-1 pitch swung on. That one is in the air to shallow center field. On the run, sliding is Baeza, and AB on the slide. Did I hear the Sports Center theme? Well, I think I did, at least in my head, and I think Baeza did too, as the running, sliding catch gets the cleanup hitter Reese on the fly out to center for out number 3. Texico threatens but comes up empty in the fourth. We're at the halfway mark of this one. It is Eunice 7, Texico 4. Cardinal baseball back in a minute.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed, and 2 left on for Texico. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Wilson, Zamora, and Serrano due up for the Eunice Cardinals, who lead this one by 3. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle sitting in for Jimmy Rosendo and Charlie. This 2A quarterfinal matchup. So Wilson walked and scored his last time up, and he will take a big hack at strike number 1. Wilson, the cleanup hitter, sacrificed back in the first. And then the walk and score, so officially 0 for 0 with a run scored. 1 pitch, and that one is away. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Eunice taking advantage of 7 walks issued and a couple of errors. 1-1 pitch. Wilson swings at the fastball and comes up empty. Strike 2. Something going on, I guess, with Ruidoso on the field next door. Ruidoso Santa Fe Indian School. Very loud crowd over there. And the 1-2 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot on the ground. Backhanded in the hole deep by Pipkin. He sails it across the diamond, stretching out behind the bag and somehow keeping contact with it is Ricketson. Credit where credit is due. I think that kid channeled his inner plastic man and stretched out, and I think grew about 4 inches to do it, to get that one and to get the Speedy Wilson 6-3 for out number 1. So now it'll be Luis Zamora to the plate. Infield single his last time up. The first pitch to Luis is high for ball 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. 1 down. Eunice leads by 3. Into the middle portion of this one. More than halfway through now. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is hit in the air to shallow center field. Going to dump in front of a charging Reese out there. So the 1-out single for Zamora to center. And the Cardinals are in business as Andres Serrano to the plate. Serrano, the DH. And an RBI walk his last time up. Serrano kind of twirls the bat a little bit, and Zamora at first, big leadoff over there. Ricketson holds him on as Chavez breaks contact with the rubber. Chavez has gradually moved himself more to the third base side of the rubber since he's come on in relief in the first. Pickoff attempt. Zamora back in easily over there. Warm afternoon in Albuquerque. And that one, the pitch out as they knew he was going. It's not going to matter as the stolen base for the Speedy Zamora. As he's like, yeah, you're going to pitch it out fine. He doesn't even slide. Just trots into second. So the stolen base, ball 1 on the pitch out to Serrano. So now runner in scoring position. Cardinals trying to turn the heat up on this warm afternoon on Texico. Texico came out on fire and 1 point was up by 3, but Eunice has stormed back to take the lead by 3. 7-4 as Serrano fouls that one off the end of the bat. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Wind continues to howl here this afternoon. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Waiting on it is Serrano, as Chavez instead pops off the mound and stares Zamora back to second. Yeah, he is leading off pretty good out there. New is at least keeping him honest. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Serrano takes a big cut at a fastball, comes up empty. Eunice has not been able to really dial in yet on Texico pitching. Texico pitching's been a little bit all over the place, but they've thrown strikes. Eunice hasn't connected, just 2 hits to go with their 7 runs. 0-2, and that one breaks in, and that'll be a little bit high for ball 2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 1 down. Zamora at second. And the single up the middle into center. 2-2 pitch. That one is away. Ball 3. Serrano with the full count. trying to keep the line moving. Mendez waits on deck. Payoff pitch swung on and fouled off. So Sonano will stay alive for at least another pitch. Sonano a little bit throwback in his uniform choices. Wears his baseball pants up. Wears the visible stirrups and stockings. Always like that look. Payoff pitch and check swing. Did he go? Nope, he doesn't. He holds off on it. So Serrano with another walk. That'll be the 5th walk issued by Chavez and the 8th walk issued overall by Texico pitching. And now Armendariz to the plate. Carlos 0 for 2 and due. Flew out to left, then struck out. Now 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Armendariz. That one is in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Hockma, and that's going to let everybody move up on the pass ball. Zamora to third, Serrano to second, and it is ball 1 to Armendariz at the plate. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Just 1 down. Eunice putting the pressure on. Trying to start pulling away a little bit in this one. Carlos waits, and he'll take that one right down the slot, but low for ball number 2. And we are up and kind of back from it. I can tell the left-right pretty good, but the up-down sometimes from this angle a little bit hard. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one is on the inside corner, knee-high. And we'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So the 2-1 count. Sea Valley waits the winner of this one in the 2-1 pitch, high on the fastball. Armendariz thinks about it, but holds off on it, and so that'll run the count 3-1. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count. On the 3-1 delivery, popped up over on the right side, could be trouble. Ricketson giving chase as the wind grabs that one and pushes it out into the concourse. So that one was a little luck with the wind. Armendariz will live to see another pitch. And Eunice has not hit Texico pitching particularly hard, using the walks. Really, Zamora, his little flare to center, the hardest anybody's hit one today for Eunice. As timeout, ball coming in from next door. And asking for a new baseball is Chavez. So didn't like something about that other one, I guess. You can ask for a new ball. They don't always have to give it to you, but you can ask. Serrano at second, Zamora at third, and the 3-2 pitch, and that one is high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Armendariz will trot on down to first, load him up for the Cards. And A.B. Baeza to the plate. So Aiden to the plate with just 1 down. Made a fantastic running, sliding grab to end the top of the 4th. Now a chance to do some damage. Had an RBI walk his last time up. A.B. takes the first one inside, ball number 1. He's 0 for 0, 2 walks in the ball games with an RBI and a run scored. Also broke up a double play as here comes Coach Davis. As I think that is going to do it for Chavez. But we will wait and see for sure as he trying to settle it down. Eunice has put the pressure on, taking advantage of the walks. Davis not bringing anybody else in. He's just talking to his battery out there. Not sure exactly what all the discussion's about, but I'm just going to go out and break it up. So we'll let them go for about 30 seconds when they're talking. He lets them go for over 1.5 minutes between innings. Well, we've got a second. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors. You see them there on your screen. You're hearing their ads. Could not bring you these games absolutely free of charge without their help and support all season long for the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. So big thanks to all those great sponsors. Whenever you're shopping or you need a good or service, consider those sponsors. Supporting your kids and teams here in Lee County. So a 1-0 pitch meeting at the mound is over. Chavez deals that fastball in. Baeza over the top of it. Count evens up at a ball and a strike, so whatever got said must have worked. Bases juiced, 1 out. 1-1 pitch, curveball swung on and chasing a high one, and Baeza knows it. Pops the right hand on the ear hole on the side of the helmet, knows that he just fouled off ball 2. So now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Armendariz at first, Serrano at second, Zamora at third. Agma sets up outside the 1-2 pitch, and the pass ball goes outside. Trying to get Baeza to chase, he does not. And the count evens up 2-2. 2-2 the count to the number 8 hitter. And that one's inside. That one's going to get away from Hockma. The pass ball is going to let the run score. So cash in Zamora on the passed ball. Another pass ball gets him home. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. Serrano to third, Armendariz to second. And it is ball 3 at the plate to Baeza. So now 8-4, Eunice doubling up on Texico. Texico came out on fire. Eunice came out a little rusty, but the Cards are starting to find a little something. Payoff pitch, and that one is away for ball 4. 3 consecutive walks by Chavez, and the bases loaded up once again. As now Ezequiel Goitia to the plate. Goitia 0 for 1. As we've got everybody going to talk about it, as that will do it for Chavez. Now Chavez is done, and that will bring New to the plate. So we've got a pitching change once again as Eunice bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. New pitcher. We will get you reset after this as Cardinal Baseball returns in a moment.
Parker Energy Support Services, proud to be a part of the community. Parker keeps the oil field moving with water hauling, dirt work, and disposal services. The real pride is the people. Supporting the youth is at the core of who Parker is. Parker believes in the future, and Parker Energy is a proud supporter of the Eunice Cardinals. Parker Energy is now hiring, including a Class A CDL vacuum truck driver, competitive pay, strong benefits, and a team that treats you like family. Stop by Parker Energy today and apply. Build your future with a company that believes in its people and its community. When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember.
So with the pitching change, Mikey New will take over on the hill, 2-1 on the season with a 4.31 ERA, but he comes in a bases loaded jam. He will face the number 9 hitter, Ezequiel Goitia. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Baeza on first. Armendariz on second. Serrano on third. 3 straight walks put paid to Chavez as Eunice doubling up right now by a score of 8-4. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Eunice can blow this one wide open. Goitia wearing the more traditional look, too, on the pants and the stirrups. So he will step in, be the first one to face Mikey New, the right-hander from the stretch. Sets up on the third base side of the rubber, a little slide step, and brings a fastball on the outside corner for strike number one. Just one down, though, bases juiced. One run across for the Cardinals this half inning. Texico trying to keep it right there. New has what he wants. Another slide step, and his fastball will be away. And evens things up at 1-1. I was hoping that he was going to throw like he was warming up. It reminded me of Nuke LaLoosh. Remember Bull Durham? Tim Robbins' character? That's what he looked like warming up. But he just does a little slide step and then delivers out on the mound. Swung on and missed for Goitia, strike two. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. With the bases loaded. New sets high and the 2-1 curveball in there, called strike three. Goitia watches it and goes down swinging for looking for out number two. So 2 down and back to the top of the lineup with Isaac Morales. Morales reached via an error, scored an inning ago. New ready, and he'll come to the plate. Curveball, low bridge. Morales ducks out of the way of that one. And it'll be ball one. Hey, where it scores your run. I know, you have to at least make an attempt to move. Then 1-ball, no strike count. New delivers, check swing. Did he go? Yep, he broke the plane. Wrist broke. So the count evens up at 1-1. New throws, kind of a 3-quarter delivery. Curveball, slider, fastball. Slider cutter kind of look. And the 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot, but right at the third baseman Bowman, who will tap the bag and get the force on Armendariz for out number 3. But the Cardinals put another run on the board, and they chase Chavez off the hill. We go to the 5th. It is Eunice 8, Texico 4. Cardinal baseball returns in a moment.
Eunice Municipal Schools is proud to serve their students and community every single day. From kindergarten to high school, Eunice Schools has stood strong, delivering quality education, building resilience, and shaping tomorrow's leaders. This year, Eunice Schools is focused on more growth, more learning, and more Eunice pride, because Eunice is on the move and the schools aren't slowing down. To the students, families, staff, and the entire Eunice community, thank you for being a part of something special. Let's make this year one to remember. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
For the Cards in the bottom of the 4th inning, they get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave the bases juiced, but they do chase the reliever Chavez, and New comes into the ball game. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Bowman, New, and then Elam due up for the Texico Wolverines. Bowman 1 for 1, an RBI single in the 1st, then walked and was left stranded in the 3rd. So now he will face De Leon on in relief. Bowman hits from the left side of the plate, and he'll take the first pitch, and he will pop that one up over to second as Gallegos with it as the chopper. He actually popped it as hard as you can out where the grass would start in a normal infield, and it pops straight up in the air. Gallegos gets to it easily enough and then twirls it over to Armendariz at first. 4-3 for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. As now Mikey New to the plate. He's 1 for 2. RBI single his last time up, and he will deal at a fastball, strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Eunice up 8-4. Everybody playing pretty well straight up here at the top of the 5th. Normal positioning you would expect. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That's a little line shot, going to fall into right field. Goitia gets to it, has time to throw it, and running through the line is New and runs over Armendariz, who came over to try and get it, but it'll be a 1-out single to right for New. And so 1 down, 1 on. Infield goes to double play depth. Up the middle is Chris Elam to the plate. Elam 1 for 2. Infield single in the second, and then a walk in the third. So he steps on with 1 on, 1 out. Your Cardinals lead by 4. Texico trying to mount the comeback. And the fastball is away as New was halfway to second. I'm a little surprised Morales didn't throw the ball down to first. If nothing else, maybe try and get a rundown going. Strike 1 to Elam at the plate. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Wynn grabs it and shoots it out into the concourse. And so now no balls and 2 strikes to the now pitcher for Texico. Actually 1-1 is what the umpire just indicated. So big lead off of first for New. Armendariz holds him on. 1-1 pitch, and that one will be a fastball high. Or ball number 2. So now 2-1 the count to the number 7 hitter in the Texico lineup. Texico came out and at one point was up by 3. 4-1 the score, but Eunice has stormed back. 2-1 pitch, runner goes, hit and run was on. That one will be into the Texico bullpen behind their dugout. And the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Cards and the Wolverines, a district matchup, trying to get into the semis. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a little line shot, going to drop in. Fair into right field. Goitia gets it quickly and fires over to second in time to get New, who had to wait to see what was going to happen. So Goitia burns him down that time. I don't know the last time I saw a 9-6 put out, but we just saw it right there. Elam with a single to right, but a 9-6 put out. Goitia to Zamora gets New. And there is 2 down now with Mason Pipkin to the plate. Pipkin 0 for 1, struck out his last time at a sac bunt his first time up. So 0 for 1. As now Elam takes over for New at first. Armendariz holds him on. De Leon to the plate, up and in, a little chin music. Pipkin has to lean out of the way of that one, ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Top of the 5th inning, a 4-run Cardinal lead. Not really gotten the bats going, but they have taken advantage. Swung on and missed. The 4-seamer blows by Pipkin. Even things up at a ball and a strike. And De Leon in line for the win in relief. Gets Gallegos off the hook for the loss. 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to just miss away. And that'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Cards trying to get back to the semifinals. And having to go through Texico to do it. So De Leon takes his time, and the 2-1 pitch, that one will be high, ball 3. So the 3-1 count. Baeza playing in just a little bit in center. Goitia a little more than halfway back out in right. Melanson a little further back out than that in left. Field shading in the up the middle just a little. In the 3-1 pitch, and that's a fastball on the outside corner. Belt high, good pitch there as Pipkin watches it. And it'll run the count full. So a 3-ball, 2 strike count. 1 on but 2 out for Texico. De Leon has the sign from Morales, payoff pitch, and that one will be low and in for ball 4. So now runners at first and second. Fifth walk issued by Eunice pitching, the second from De Leon. And so now we will have a pinch hitter at the plate for Hakma, as that's going to be number 24, Justin Gunsler. So Gunsler on to pitch hit. So Gunsler will step in to the right side of the box. Where's number 24? As De Leon ready to deal. First pitch to Gunsler is up and away for ball number 1. Putting Gunsler in this situation for your catcher late in the game. I think Coach Davis is thinking he's due, and he's probably got a little pop in the bat. Big young man. In the 1-0 pitch, fastball right down the gut. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Pipkin at first after the walk. Elam at second after he singled. De Leon checks the runners and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 2. So now the 1-2 strike count. So Gunsler on in relief, stays right at the bottom of the bat. Waits on De Leon. De Leon sets at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch, curveball in there, ring him up, sit him down as Gunsler goes down looking. 4th K of the ball game for Eunice pitching, second for De Leon, and the Texico threat neutralized in the top of the 5th. After 4.5 innings of play, it is Eunice 8, Texico 4. Eunice Cardinal baseball back in 1 minute right here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Thomas Welding, precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
For Texico, they get no runs on 2 hits, no errors committed, and 2 runners left on the base paths. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Julian De Leon leading it off. He singled to right his last time up. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game, and he is in line for the win on the mound. And the first pitch from New slings that one wide for ball number 1. So we're underway, bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. New gets the signs he wants from Hakma. And the 1-0 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. As De Leon chases that one. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. And the 3/4 pitch, and that one is going to miss away for ball number 2. Interestingly enough, the middle infielders are actually shading towards their respective bags. There's a huge hole right up the middle. And Chavez at short is almost playing where you'd see a third baseman sometimes. 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, called strike two. That one with some late movement on it. So now De Leon, 2-2 in the count. New has the sign set up on the outside. Hockma, 2-2 delivery, and he does go into the Nuke LaLoosh wind up that time. The big high leg kick, the head kind of twisted and turned around, breathing out of his eyelids. Ball three. Go watch the movie if you hadn't seen it yet, kids. If your parents will let you. And the payoff pitch, and that one is popped up over on the right side. Wynn going to carry it out into right field. Riker on the run going for it, and the Wynn grabs it and pulls it out of play. So we'll reset at 3-2. Yeah, the twisted head, the twisted back, the leg kind of sticking straight up in the air. That reminds me of the Tim Robbins and Nuke LaLoosh. I've seen people kind of, goof around and play with that. I've never actually seen anybody throw that way until today. It comes in the form of Mikey New. He sets up well on the third. He's as far over on the rubber as you can get on the third base side, and he's a righty. You don't see that often. And the payoff pitch again. That one will be low and in, ball four. So De Leon with the leadoff walk. It is the 9th walk issued by Texico pitching. And so now it'll be Randy Gallegos to the plate. Gallegos 0 for 1. He's walked a couple of times. Been left stranded once, struck out once. Scored a run. So Manriquez on to courtesy run for De Leon as the pitcher. So now Gallegos 0 for 1. He is first time facing New. New, the slide step, deals that one high. And a throw down, and that one not going to be in time. Hockma put it down. Chavez not able to handle it. So the stolen base for Manriquez. Ball one at the plate to Gallegos. So Randy back in. Eunice putting on the pressure. Nobody out. Runner at first, or now at second. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Gallegos not really picking up on that 3/4 arm slot. Real good on that pitch. So evens the count at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 pitch, that one will sail away for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Enriquez running for De Leon on at second. Hockman sets up on the outside. New takes his time. Now the 2-1 pitch swung on. Gallegos will shoot that one over to field one. As the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eunice holds on and wins this one. We'll be back with you tomorrow, right back here, 12:30. For the 2A semis, Eunice against Mesilla Valley. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA. New in the 2-2 pitch, curveball swung on and missed as for the second time, Gallegos goes down swinging. 4th K for Texico pitching. First for New, and there's 1 down for the Cards in their half of the 5th. So now Wilson to the plate. Wilson 0 for 1. Sacrifice in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd, grounded out in the 4th. Steps in with a runner in scoring position, and the first pitch he'll take is a fastball away. And it is ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Cards have taken advantage of the walks. 1-0 pitch, and that one's on the inside corner. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Yeah, right now, Eunice 8 runs on just 3 hits. But 9 walks and 2 errors have helped them on their way. A little grit in the eye all of a sudden. The 1-1 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. That one fell off the table, and Wilson right over the top of it for strike number 2. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. New checks Manriquez. Keeping him honest over there is Chavez, and the 1-2 pitch. That one is in there, called strike 3. Runner goes down, and it's a strike him out. Ooh, almost a strike him out, throw him out double play. So Wilson goes down looking. Back-to-back Ks. Stolen base, another one for Manriquez. But there is 2 down now for the Cardinals in their half of the 5th with Luis Zamora to the plate. Zamora has 2 of the 3 Cardinal hits in this one. Couple of singles for Luis. And he'll take the first pitch away for ball number 1. Again, this has been kind of a statistically odd game. Eunice 8 runs, but again, just on 3 hits. Zamora can get his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Here, it'll cash one in, and that's a high one out to shallow center field. On the run and not able to get to it is Reese, and so it'll be a Texas League single, and then Reese bobbles it and drops it, and it gets behind him. So Zamora with an RBI single to center, which cashes in Manriquez. And then we'll move to second on the E8. So the 3rd error of the afternoon on Texico. 3rd hit, though, for Zamora, as now it'll be Serrano to the plate. Serrano's walked a couple of times on this one, has an RBI and a run scored. Zamora good speed over at second. His new deals, and Serrano wanted all of that one and comes up empty, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here in far west Albuquerque. New will check Zamora at second. Davalos keeping him honest over there. The curveball twirls inside as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Still 1 ball, 1 strike count. A little work going on in the Cardinal bullpen. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot right back up the middle. Handled, though, deep in the hole by Chavez. Fires it over to first, and not able to hang on to it is Ricketson, and that will score the run as Zamora scores. Serrano will reach on the E6. And another error leads to another run for the Cardinals. They lead this one 10-4. And now Carlos Armendariz to the plate. Armendariz is 0 for 2. Walked and was left stranded his last time out there. She walked and then was forced on a fielder's choice last time. Again, a little work in the Cardinal pen. As New steps off the rubber and looks Serrano back over there. Serrano getting a huge lead over there at 2.5 steps. And the first pitch is a breaking ball and doesn't break quite enough to Armendariz. That'll be ball 1. New has about an 11-5 curve, and he's got another one that's about noon to 6, and Serrano goes and gets the base stolen, but it gets past both the shortstop and the second baseman out into center field, and sliding in safely as charging in is Reese, who then guns it to third, but Serrano has the steal and then will move over on another error. And so now a run just 90 feet away, a little manufacturing going on here. And it's a 2-ball, no strike count at the plate to Armendariz. Been getting loud in the field next door. I think we got an exciting one, Santa Fe Indian and I think Ruidoso. 2-0 count, swung on, that's a chop shot. Off the bounce, Bowman with it, long cross-court throw to Ricketson is in time, 5-3 for out number 3, but the Cardinals take advantage of walks and errors and put 2 more on the board. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Eunice 10, Texico 4. Cardinal baseball is back in just a minute.
Thomas Welding. Precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME R stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71 and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbirds!
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
New pitcher in the ball game for your Eunice Cardinals is Isaac Melanson will step onto the hill, and he will face the top of the lineup. And his first pitch to Davalos is going to be called strike one. So no ball, one strike count. We'll reset the defense for you here momentarily. Melanson taking over. The lanky righty deals that one in the turf. Evens the count at 1-1. Melanson, no decisions on the year in just 4 appearances, a 3.5 ERA. No wins, no losses. De Leon heads back over to third. He is in line for the win, and Wilson will trot out to left. So the 1-1 pitch, and that one is a hard shot right back up the middle past a diving Gallegos. Baeza fields it in center and will twirl it in, but it is a single up the middle for Davalos to lead it off for Texico, trailing by 6. Melanson now on the hill. Morales still behind the plate. Armendariz at first, Gallegos at second, Zamora at third, Zamora at short, De Leon at third, Wilson Baeza Goitia in the outfield. Armendariz holds on the runner and swung on and missed to Chavez, or rather swung on and fouled off Chavez. Back to the screen, strike one. And Chavez 0 for 3. Flew out to right his last time up. Not much of a lead for Davalos, as that'll be a chopper over to third. Handling it in fair territory. De Leon across the diamond, not in time. So an infield single, very hard for De Leon to handle. So back-to-back singles. And now Texico is in business with runners at first and second. And now Elijah Ricketson coming to the plate. Ricketson 2 for 2, RBI triple and a single. Also walked back in the first. So now looking to do some damage here are the Wolverines. Melanson fires fastball. Trying to frame that up was Morales. Pump not buying it. It's ball one. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Chavez at first. Davalos at second. Melanson on the 1-0 pitch, swung on, and that one's heading over to field one on the right side of things. Count evens up at a ball and a strike, so the 1-1 strike count. Nobody holding on Chavez over at first. Zamora staying close to the bag at second, keeping Davalos at least honest over there. 1-1 pitch, curveball, and that one is going to get away from Morales and go all the way to the wall. So the pass ball lets Davalos head down to third and Chavez to second. And now ball two at the plate to Ricketson. So Melanson on in relief. De Leon came in, put out the fires, got Eunice back in the lead. Got Gallegos off the hook and is now in line for the win himself. Good pitch there as that one twirls right through the zone. The count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count, top of the 6th inning. 6-run lead for the Cardinals. 2-2 pitch inside corner, just misses, ball 3. Groans from the red and white, sighs of relief from the green and white. As the count now runs full to Ricketson. Ricketson right at the back of the right side box. Melanson from the stretch. Payoff pitch, and that one is away, ball 4. So that will walk the bases loaded. 6th walk issued by Cardinal pitching. And that'll load them up for Hunter Bowman. So now Bowman at the plate. Bowman 1 for 2. RBI single in the first, was left stranded, walked, got left stranded in the third, and grounded out in the 5th. And he'll take the first pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. Some barking going on, saying that the pitch to the batter before was closer than that one. Looked about the same from up here. The 0-1 pitch, curveball swung on, popped up over on the left side. Could be trouble as going over and making the call is Zamora, as has to put on the brakes to keep from plowing into De Leon, as De Leon put on the brakes. Almost had one of those old Hanna-Barbera Bugs Bunny cartoons going on there with the legs backpedaling for both of them, but Zamora makes the grab on the pop out for out number 1. So now Mikey New to the plate. Actually, this will be Hunter Bowman at the plate, and he'll take the first one for strike 1. So pop out. And Ricketson's at first. So that was Reese who popped out. Sorry about that. I got off on my book somewhere. So this will be Hunter Bowman. And that one is going to bounce off the plate. Morales having trouble picking it up, but finds it, and a little bit of delay as Davalos not going as soon as it got past him, and that gave Melanson a chance to charge in and get to the ball as Morales finally tracked it down. So Eunice getting a break there. Davalos at third, Chavez at second, Ricketson at first. And now Bowman at the plate. 1-0 the count. The line and the pitch swung on, and that one fought off. And over the Eunice dugout and bullpen and out of play. So now a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Bowman. 1 down, but the base is loaded. Melanson trying to get out of the jam. The 1-2 pitch outside. Evens things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bases loaded, 1 out, but Eunice leads by 6. 10-4 the score. Melanson ready, deals. That one's right back up the middle, and that one's going to get at least 1 home. It's Baeza to it as 2 come around, as Chavez all the way around, as that one nearly taking the head off of Melanson. Bowman right back up the middle with the 2 RBI single. Cashes in Davalos, brings in Chavez, and now it is 10-6. As Ricketson goes to second, Bowman stands at first. And now 10-6 in favor of the Cardinals, but just a 4-run lead is now Mikey New to the plate. New 2 for 3, and ding dong, that one's going to hit him in the hip. Melanson with pretty good stuff as New holding the hip and trotting down to first, so that'll load him up. Ricketson to third, Bowman to second. New at first as he wears one for the team as Morales goes out to have a word with Melanson. As the wind continues to pick up and kick up here. So Melanson on the hill, giving up 2 runs. Both of them earned this inning. A leadoff single and an infield single. And Ricketson with the walk. In the pop-up, then the 2 RBI single, and now a hit by pitch. So Chris Elam, the DH, steps in, and he'll take the first pitch right back up the middle, but right into the glove of Zamora. Gets one over to first in time. Armendariz stretches out for 2. It is a 6-3 double play to end the inning, but 2 runs do come across as Texico cuts into the Eunice lead. Bottom of the 6th on the way, 10-6, Eunice leads. This is your 2A quarterfinals here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Parker Energy Support Services, proud to be a part of the community. Parker keeps the oil field moving with water hauling, dirt work, and disposal services. The real pride is the people. Supporting the youth is at the core of who Parker is. Parker believes in the future, and Parker Energy is a proud supporter of the Eunice Cardinals. Parker Energy is now hiring, including a Class A CDL vacuum truck driver, competitive pay, strong benefits, and a team that treats you like family. Stop by Parker Energy today and apply. Build your future with a company that believes in its people and its community. When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Back here at the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex, going to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th, Texico, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. 2 left on the base paths as it was Zamora to Armendariz. A 6-3 double play, the second double play of the ball game for the Cardinals, as now it'll be Baeza, Goitia, and then back to Morales. It is 8-9-1, due up for the Cards, up by 4. New still on the hill for Texico. From the third base side of the rubber goes Nuke Lelouch and fires outside for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. And they've got Chavez playing over almost in a third base position. Now he shatters back over into the hole. It's short. That fastball going to miss for ball number 2. They've got Davalos over at second, playing almost where a first baseman would sometimes. Kind of an odd alignment. Now they wander back over. More normal. The 2-0 swung on and missed, as I think Baeza probably chasing ball 3 there to make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Eunice up by 4. Would love nothing more than to get an insurance run or 4 on the board. So New will deliver the 2-1. And that one is popped up over on the right side. Wind carrying it into foul ground on the run. And actually it not get into foul ground as Riker leaps for it. Can't get to it. On the horse, Baeza cruising into third. And I think they're going to say that Riker never touched the ball. And so it'll wind up being a triple for Baeza out right down the line in right. I thought the wind was going to pull that one foul, and I think Riker did too, so he didn't get just a great jump on it. Still got close enough to think about making a play, but it'll wind up being a leadoff triple for Baeza, and the Cardinals in business with Goitia to the plate. Goitia takes the first pitch he sees and swings right over the top of that dropper. for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Goitia 0 for 2, but does have a sack RBI in the ball game. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one will be low and away as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Eunice stays in the lead. They will take on Mesilla Valley right here tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 in the semifinal round. 2A baseball, and the 1-1 pitch, and that one just a bit inside and goes actually behind, and then a play at the plate as it bounces off of the retaining wall and right into the glove of Hockma. New charges in and will get Baeza coming in 2-1 for out number 3, or rather out number 1. But a wild pitch that turns into an out. Wow. That was the right call for Coach Almager. It's just concrete retaining wall bounced it right to where Hockma could get it and get it fast enough. So base is clear. And the 2-1 pitch to Goitia. That one's going to be away for ball 3. So the 3 ball, 1 strike count. Again, Eunice in this ball game, just 5 hits. 5 errors committed by Texico and 9 walks thus far. 3-1 pitch, and that one will be ball 4. Did I say 9? I meant 10 walks now. So 1 down, back to the top of the lineup. Runner at first is Isaac Morales to the plate. Morales is 0 for 3, walked and scored in the first, is reached twice by an error, and then grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 4th. So now the catcher a chance to help himself out. Goitia with good speed at first. Ricketson holds him on. New comes to the plate, and that fastball is away for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Of course, tomorrow we'll be right back here with you. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from KPZA. And the 1-0 pitch from New. That one is low. Runner goes, throw down. Goitia slides in. As leaping over him is Chavez. So runner in scoring position on the stolen base. Ball 2 to Morales at the plate. So a 2 ball, no strike count. 1 down, runner in scoring position, a 4-run Cardinal lead. 2-0 pitch, that one is away for ball 3. So the 3-0 count, Mikey New on in relief, the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for Texico, trying desperately to extend their season. 3-0 pitch, swung on and missed as Morales had the green light on 3-0. And he was swinging for the fences on that one. So now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. New checks on Goitia, then comes to the plate, fastball inside, ball 4. So the 11th walk issued by Texico pitching. And now runners at first and second with De Leon to the plate. De Leon's walked a couple of times and a single in the 3rd and a pop out, so officially 1 for 2 in the ball game. The big open stance, runners go first movement, throw down to 3rd, not going to be anywhere close to in time. As Goitia got a huge jump as New a little bit slow to the plate when he goes Nuke Lelouch on it. And so the Cards taking advantage of it. It was ball 1 at the plate. 1-0 delivery, curveball is high for ball number 2. With 2 ball, no strike count. Goitia at 3rd, Morales at 2nd. And a 2-0 count at the plate to De Leon. 2-0 delivery, swung on. That one is hammered out into the gap in left center. That one is going to go all the way to the wall before Pipkin gets it. 1 run is going to come home as Coach Almager holding up Morales, who had to wait to tag up, but it'll be an RBI single to left center for De Leon, as that'll cash in Goitia easily, and now 11-6 our score. And Cards on the corners with Randy Gallegos to the plate. Gallegos 0 for 2. Has walked a couple of times. So Gallegos will step in. Cardinals at the corners. De Leon not overwhelming speed at first, but with a runner at third, he might consider going first movement. So New comes to the plate, and that one will be away for ball one. And that hit by De Leon just now is the hardest contact that Eunice has made in this ball game. Gets all the way to the gap and to the wall. 1-0 pitch, De Leon goes. And a snap throw down to third, and having to slide back in is Morales, and does. Steal for De Leon. Ball two at the plate to Gallegos. Gallegos got the start on the hill, but got chased early. It would have been on the hook, but then Eunice's offense found enough to get out in front of this one. Back to a 5-run lead, 11-6. It was 4-1 when Gallegos got chased. So now a 2-1 count, face him at the plate with 2 on. Nuke Lelouch is high for ball number 3. So with 3 ball, 1 strike count, Eunice taking advantage of errors and walks to do their damage today. In the 3-1 pitch inside, and that'll be ball 4. So another walk issued will load them up. That is the 4th walk from New. And the base is loaded with 1 out. And now the cleanup hitter, Ethan Wilson, to the plate. Wilson, a strikeout victim his last time up. He is 0 for 2. And now bases loaded is New to the plate. That's a hard shot on the ground. Knocked down by Bowman at third. He'll come to the plate, but he will pull the catcher off of the plate. And that will get a couple of runs home. So you've got Morales who scores. Nope, then just 1 run home. So De Leon to third, Gallegos to second, and the infield single by Wilson. An infield rocket shot single makes this a 12-6 ball game. So now Zamora to the plate as Luis fouls that one into the netting for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. So Eunice gets their insurance runs going into the top of the 7th inning. 12-6 the score. Is New going to break contact? Wilson at first, Gallegos at second, De Leon at third. And an 0-1 count at the plate to Zamora. Zamora going to watch that one as it is in the turf and scooped out by Hockma. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Until this inning, just 4 hits for the Cardinals. Through 5+. And the 1-1 ding-dong, that's going to hit him. So Zamora wears it, and he'll wear it as an RBI as it'll cash in De Leon and keep the bases loaded and make this a 13-6 score. As now Andres Serrano to the plate. So interesting to note, the potential winning run is on the base paths. There's just 1 out. Actually, I'm showing nobody out. Triple. Yep, the play at the plate. So 1 out. And Serrano takes the first one low for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Zamora at first, Wilson at second, Gallegos at third. 1-0 pitch, and that one will be away for ball number 2. Hard to believe at one point in this when Eunice was completely stuck in neutral and trailing by 3. They've turned it on since. 2-0 pitch, up and in, ball 3. And so the 3-0 count. So no matter what happens, unless you get an ending double play right here, Eunice will bat around this inning. Armendariz waits on deck. And the 3-0 delivery, and that one is inside corner, top of the zone for strike 1. Really don't think Serrano would have had the green light to go on that one. Maybe, but I don't think so. So now the 3-1 pitch from New, and that one is swung on and missed as he gets Serrano right over the top of that one. So from 3-0 to a full count. Serrano reached via an error his last time up. He's over in the ball game, but he's got some walks and some RBIs, as that one will be low and away for ball 4. So that will walk in Gallegos and make this a 14-6 ball game as Wilson trots to third, Zamora to second, and Serrano at first, and now Carlos Armendariz to the plate. So a hit here for Armendariz, probably wins it. Coach Davis going to come out and talk to New. Will that do it to New? Or is they going to leave him out there? Nope. He's just going to keep him out there and let him ride out the string. So Armendariz will step in. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Reached via a walk and then was forced out as part of a fielder's choice. So New going to get to continue in this one. The winning run for the Cardinals is now on the base paths, 180 feet away, in scoring position at second in the form of Luis Zamora. Just one down, the Cards have batted around. Armendariz, the 9th hitter of the inning, to come to the plate. So New will kick and fire. Fastball inside corner, letter high, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Cards want to end it right here if they can. 1 pitch swung on and missed. Armendariz right over the top of that one for strike number 2. So the no ball, 2 strike count. Hayden Baeza waits on deck. He tripled to lead the inning off. So he waits on deck. And on the 0-2 pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is hammered into the gap in right center. That one is going to get down. That'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 run home, and that will do it as Wilson is cashed in. Zamora is cashed in, and the 2 RBI single to right for Carlos Armendariz is the winner, as the Cardinals victorious in this one by a final of 16-6. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap this one up, get you ready for tomorrow. Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. Our
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Lavelle Insurance, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
A 6-run outburst in the 6th inning ends this one via the run rule, 16-6, our final score. The Eunice Cardinals heading back to the state semifinals for the 3rd consecutive year. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one for your victorious Cardinals. They get 16 runs on just 8 hits. They commit 1 error and they leave 11 out on the base paths. Turning the page for Texico as they will finish up their season. They get 6 runs on 11 hits. They commit 5 big errors and they leave 9 runners stranded. So next up for the Cards, they will be right back here at the Jennifer Ride and Spark Kindness Sports Complex tomorrow at 12:30, taking on the Sunblazers of Mesilla Valley. We'll be on with you at about 12:20 tomorrow afternoon here on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com from 103.7 KPZA. And should be a good one. Mesilla Valley and Eunice going at it for a chance to play in the championship game on Saturday. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. The Cardinals start slow but charge back and get the double-digit victory. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things and juggling all the cats and chainsaws back at One Radio Square today. For Jimmy, Rosendo, and Charlie sitting back in Lee County. For my partner in crime, Don Morgan, across town, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from the Sportsplex in Western Albuquerque. We'll see you tomorrow back here, 12:20 for the semifinal matchup. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noalmark Digital and KPZA Sports. Good afternoon, everyone.